Got a new carry-on bag.
Hey guys, welcome back to Stovepipe TV. I'm Adam.
I'm Luke.
And what are we talking about today?
All right, so this is the A3 Tactical Triad. It's a bullpup kit that they offer for quite a few different bufferless options now. This is the Foxtrot mic version, so this is a FM15 Gen 2 upper that goes onto this chassis with there's an AR lower in here, just a stripped AR lower. They have it for the Jackal, the BRN 180,
Mat 9,
the Mat 9, the Descent from CMMG, and the Faxon ARAC 21, which I didn't even know they were still made. But yeah, it's pretty neat.
So I'm going to refrain from making any comments until after I shoot it.
Fair.
I always get on here. I'm always judgmental, and I get caught out in the comments. So you know what? I'm not even going to say anything.
You know, fair enough.
I'm just going to let you speak about it. I'm going to soak it in, and then you get my opinion at the end. Because right now, you don't want to know my opinion.
Well, I got a dirty diaper on. But yeah, I've always liked bullpups. I've always thought they were pretty cool. The idea of having a long barrel for size, really cool. I mean, for what we do, you don't really gain any ballistics. The U.S. military hates them. We're never going to adopt one, but Europe loves them. So, this is an 18-inch barrel. So this is not an SBR, even though it is actually shorter than his Mark 18.
Yeah, it's shorter than Mark 18. And actually, pause.
Yeah, perfect.
We're going to roll the stock all the way in. So, 16-inch barrel.
Without a suppressor.
No suppressor is probably, what, about an inch and a half?
Yeah,
longer?
And then put it where you would be shooting that comfortably.
Let me see. Because it's got an ACOG, so, it's got to be like a little...
Got to be kissing your eyeball.
Right there.
What's that? The second position on the stock?
Yeah.
So, and a 16-inch barrel is longer.
Yep.
And this has 2 extra inches of barrel. So, bullpups are cool, at least in my opinion. I know they are a love-hate thing. People either love them or they hate them. The interesting thing about this is it allows you to take... I mean, if you didn't have a bullpup and you wanted one and you had a Foxtrot mic FM15
or a Jackal
or a PSA Jackal, you can buy this kit, and a lower is like $40 for a stripped blim lower, which is what's in this, is a PSA lower in here. You buy this kit for like, I think it was $650 for everything.
And I will say, for a lot of kits that are on the market now,
they're chintzy.
Yeah, very. And this thing is very solid.
It's solid.
To me, it feels like this is like injected molded plastic.
Yeah, that's what it is.
This is not 3D printed, and the quality is there on this.
Yeah,
I
for
will
sure.
say.
A3 Tactical makes good stuff. I think this is one of the only things we have from them, but we're...
No, because I've bought... Well, no, it is the only thing we have from them, but I have bought other like items from them, but it's not their stuff. But yeah, no, they're... Hopefully one day they get into making like actual firearms instead of accessories, because I feel like they can make some cool stuff.
Oh, yeah. Because, I mean, this is their AR grip. This is just an AR-15 grip, but it's theirs. It's pretty comfortable for a pretty vertical grip.
Well, you know what they say about the grip angle? The grip angle doesn't matter if you're a bad shot.
That's true. This forend goes on there. It completes the look a little bit, because otherwise you just have the skinny Foxtrot mic rail. This completes the look. The carry handle / optic riser, I think adds to the look. Otherwise, it's it looks kind of goofy. I've seen them built without the carry handle, and I was like, I can't do that.
So I will say I think it needs a carry handle as well for the look.
Yeah.
But can you please talk about this carry handle and what you just told me when we first got out here?
Holy, so
here I'm gonna bring the camera in for this.
Yeah. The way that it attaches is super solid. I'm not gonna argue that. It's just stupid when you could just have a cross bolt. So there's these 4 screws, and the rail, or it slides onto the rail. There's no clamping, like horizontal. There's 2 little tiny pieces of metal that slide into your Picatinny slots that you tighten these screws down on, and it clamps it vertically. So it presses up against the bottom of this. It's super solid. This thing's not going to go anywhere once it's tightened down. But
that's weird.
It's super weird. I don't know why they just wouldn't go with the cross bolt. Maybe it has to do with the fact that most of the charging systems are forward, so you might bang your hand. That's the only thing I could think of. But then just turn it around on the other side.
You bring up a good point, because
if you had a bunch of junk right here,
it would have to be, like your cross bolt would be in the way, possibly if you had it slid up or whatever. Right. But then again, you could just have a nut and a cross bolt.
Yeah.
And then if you're left-handed or right-handed or whatever, you can flip the nuts and bolts around.
Yeah. Either way, we'll get into the individual parts of this, because there's some interesting things about the Triad as a whole, that mainly being the trigger.
Yeah.
So most bullpup triggers, that's one of the things that most people complain about when it comes to bullpups, is their trigger feeling mushy, junky. It can't be. It's nothing like an AR trigger. Well, this is an AR trigger.
Yeah.
Inside of the lower receiver in the chassis is a Rise Armament RA140,
and a very good.
Yeah, I mean it's
AR trigger at that.
It's a solid single stage trigger, and instead of just a straight bar linkage that goes from this trigger to the actual trigger in the receiver, or in the back of the gun, it's a Watts linkage, which I don't know exactly what that is. I know some mechanical engineers might know. Anyway, it pivots on two different axes, so it's just a lot smoother. It's a lot cleaner. I can show you. We are clear. Let me get. Am I in? Yeah, that's good. So, little bit of take up, and then it's heavier than the Rise is, but it's super clean and crisp on that wall. And then I'll reset right back on the wall. It's super clean for a bullpup trigger.
All right, question.
Uh-huh.
Actually, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, because I'm going to get into the whole story of how long this has taken to actually get together.
Okay, well, all right. So, as say a new person like me, if I was going to buy this and build this, 1 to 10 difficulty on installation.
So I've put it together and taken it apart like 3 different times now. It's super simple. First off, A3 Tactical has a guide on YouTube and on their website that you can follow step by step. It's really simple. All the hardware and everything is marked in its packaging, like 102, 101, whatever you need.
So it's like IKEA furniture.
Yeah, essentially. And it's super easy to build. The hardest thing, honestly, is
putting the AR-15 bolt catch in.
Yeah, honestly. And if you can build an AR-15, then you can do this without anything.
Okay.
So story time. I bought this chassis back in October of last year, so October 2024. It is now March. I built this last week.
Yeah.
The 18-inch Foxtrot mic upper is a custom built part, or a custom upper for A3 Tactical. So
okay, and so why do you need an 18-inch upper?
So
why couldn't you just went with a
good question?
12, a 13, a 14, 15,
good
16,
question. So there's an overall length requirement. It's like, I think it's 26 and a quarter, 26 and a half inches. With the 16-inch barrel without a pin and welded muzzle device, it's an inch and a half under that. So 18-inch barrel gives you that. Don't have to SBR it. Don't have to have. They include a goofy spacer. It's an inch and a half spacer that goes right here on this end of the stock.
But then it messes with your length of pull.
Yeah, your length of pull changes, and it just looks goofy.
Okay.
If I'm being honest, it's functional. I'll give them that.
Okay.
So I really wanted the 18-inch upper. Well, I'd been following these for a while. They came out early last year. I'd been following them for a while, and then finally decided to go for it. But the thing that I'd seen go out of stock the most often was the chassis. So I went ahead and got the chassis first.
As you would.
Yeah, because I mean, I'd been looking at them. They go out of stock, and they'd come back in stock a month later. The uppers, they'd go out of stock, and then they'd be back in maybe a week later. Not realizing that it was just built for A3 Tactical by Foxtrot Mike. Well, ordered the chassis, and then went 2 weeks later to buy the upper. Out of stock. I'm like, okay, I'll wait a week. Week later, still out of stock. So I emailed A3 Tactical just like, hey, do you have an ETA on how or on when these will be back in stock? They're like, not really. Shouldn't be too long though. Okay. It is so from October to November. I emailed them again on November. Hey, is there an ETA? And they're like, well, we just put in the order, but given how long it usually takes us to get things from Foxtrot Mike, probably 2025. So here we are. I finally got it. I'm happy with it.
I mean, you got a B&T bought, approved, and paid for before you was able to get the upper.
I got 2 suppressors bought, approved, and paid for
that is
before
true.
I was able to build this thing. It's all good. It doesn't really bother me. I'm happy with it now that I have it. I just wish it was a little more clear. But this was purposely built for A3. Either way, doesn't really matter. I have shot it a little bit.
Well, let's speaking of, let's get to it.
Like I was saying, I have shot it a little bit. It hasn't been cycling completely. Now, that being said, this was literally the first day that I shot it. Foxtrot Mike does recommend a break-in period, from what I read, around 200 rounds, and it's usually functioning fine. If that isn't the case, then I will be contacting them to see if I can warranty this. Either way, let's see if it'll run. Probably not. Did we eject?
I got bonked in the head. Oh. Yeah, it ejected.
It fed. Oh, there we go.
That was a live round.
Was it?
That was a live round.
Interesting.
There's a light strike.
Oh. What we got here?
You using a T-Mag? So it's like okay. I will say it is a whole lot better than it was when it first came out.
Like here. Literally, it was like short stroking like crap when we first got out here. Now it's cycling. It's just not quite there. I'm pretty sure it's just the springs for the recoil system in the Foxtrot Mike. Really heavy
because that Foxtrot Mike upper is bufferless.
Yes,
and it's all like it's still a standard size handguard. It's not like the Jackal. It's a long stroke piston. Yep. It's got this big bulky upper.
Yeah, it's just stroking a little short.
You know all about that, don't you?
Well, you know what they say. Well, it's functioning a lot better than it was. Like I said, I'm just going to break in. You got smacked in the face with brass, didn't you?
Yeah.
I could see. There's a black mark on your cheek. There's a couple more rounds here. I'm going to let you shoot them.
All right, so it's the first time I've ever shot this thing. So
first time you've shot a BULLPUP, too.
Yeah, true. Bolt release, standard AR bolt release.
Mm-hmm.
Mag release.
Yeah, it looks like it would be really unintuitive, but
when you grip it like this. Yeah. Now, if you're left-handed, get bent.
Now, to be fair,
yeah, get bent if you're left-handed. Wait, no, left-handed would be like this.
No, to be fair, it's an extended mag release that you have in there. I just twist that way deep in there because I didn't want cameraman to have fun.
Oh, I see. But I mean, even still, if you were left-handed, would be like this. So you're left-handed. Unless that mag release sticks.
It sticks out. You can stick out pretty far.
Okay.
It's usable. I tried it.
Okay. All right. Let's see. So, went in.
Good.
You know, what I really don't like is how close these bullets are exploding to my face.
That's the scary part.
The chamber is right
here. Yeah. But you're
right
way
here.
back. You're back here. Your cheek is back here.
This is what can is this?
That's the V&T Printex reduced back pressure system. So it's a 3D printed.
So if you had a corked up can,
yeah, you gassy.
In any normal, like I'm getting a bunch of gas coming out right here between the upper and the lower. I couldn't imagine what this thing would be like with like a polonium or something.
Yeah, so that thing is that's a super reduced back pressure can.
Let's see.
Oh, short stroke.
I felt it. I felt the bolt. Let me tell you, BULLPUP, not fun for clearing malfunctions. It dinked the case on that one.
Yeah.
Well, I only got one bullet left. There is some gas coming back though.
Like I said, I think it's the recoil. The recoil systems just need to break in.
I mean, it's getting a lot better.
Yes. As far as functionality, it is significantly better function.
Do we go for
Yeah, you squat like that, sir.
250.
Didn't lock back, but it's getting better.
All right.
Let me do some shooting with it.
All right.
So let's just see if it'll run what's in this mag. It's like 10 or 12 shots, I think.
Grass cutting.
Oh. Ooh, that one got up.
Language.
It's actually not bad.
I ejected because it bonked me. So I will say the ejection is being kind of sporadic. That one should have cycled. That one won't. Yeah, I can tell by the way the brass comes out. So the brass is coming over my left shoulder. It's chambering. If it's hitting the camera, it's not. Yep, that one would have hit the camera. Nope, it didn't cycle. That one wouldn't have cycled either. I lied.
You bastard.
Here, pick this one up too. You know you want to go for the 250.
Hold up, California reload.
I don't think I got it because your head was in the way, but it fell on the ground.
It's fine. Let's go for 250.
One shot, 250?
Not hitting this.
You that good?
Is that the gong or the silhouette?
That's this big silhouette in the middle.
Yeah, knew I wasn't in that.
You gotta have faith. All right, let's take it back to the table.
What you think?
I'm torn. Because as goofy as it is, I kind of like it.
Yeah, I mean...
Now, I would never own one. I'm gonna just spit that out. But it is kind of cool. It's heavy, but I think it feels heavy because it's so compacted.
Yeah,
like everything is just...
It is balanced right there. So, I mean, that's a pound on the end of it, and then all the weight usually back here. Like, without this can, it's...
Yeah, the suppressor sounds good. I would never own one.
You just hate the texture.
The texture of a 3D, the way that they 3D print these suppressors in particular, it's like touching like paper with like dry hands.
No, it's like dry hands on a microfiber towel.
Yeah. It's something that, like,
I know every single one of you understands exactly what I mean. Don't lie.
So that's kind of a tism thing for me, but it's quiet. This nice.
Can is not because it's really low back pressure. Like there's hardly any gas coming out of the ejection port. I really expected to be completely gassed out.
Well, I was because it was coming out of the split.
That wasn't really bothering me. Maybe my glasses just. But I mean, you're wearing goggles. You're wearing goggles too.
You're hanging on the Milwaukee's right now. Is that
yeah, a little bit. But yeah, this can's fantastic. It sounds really good.
It does sound good.
Like I shot it without ears earlier.
Yeah, no, you can.
The tone is great.
You can shoot this. I would say all day without hearing.
It is an 18-inch barrel.
Yeah, so you do. We have noticed that longer barrels I guess you get the more dwell time, the more burn off of the powder. The suppressors are a lot more efficient. But that's a whole video for a whole nother day. The trigger I like.
Trigger's really good.
The grip angle, that's just a new hype that's just going around right now that I'm sure will fade off in about
I think
10,
with a
years.
more canted grip angle, it wouldn't feel good on this specifically, just because of how.
Oh, because I guess it's still not technically like an AR platform here.
Right.
The scope, I actually don't mind.
The Monstrum Panzer, so it's like their fancier
budget. Yeah, it's the reticle's kind of
reticle's really nice actually.
All in all, other than the shipping / logistics of the upper and everything in stock, I mean that sucks. It always sucks having parts for a gun and then
sitting there waiting for months.
Yeah, I mean, well, it sucks even more that because normally I buy parts at a time, buy parts, and then finally I get everything that I can complete the build. You had the money but couldn't buy the part.
There was 2 or 3 different times where I was debating just buying a 16-inch barrel, paying our gunsmith to pin and weld it, but I really wanted the 18-inch barrel.
I mean, why not?
Yeah, exactly. I think it looks cooler because I think it looks better.
Yeah, than having you're getting more velocity out of it too, and you're getting more benefit out of it being a smaller package. So,
no, I'm very happy with it. We'll be doing some more shooting with it, and as it completes its break-in period,
we'll keep you updated. That does suck. That this break-in period is so extreme.
It is what it is though.
Because when we first shot it, I was like, you're gonna have to either get an adjustable gas box, and then it's like, well, I really can't because of the way the recoil and system and everything up here in the upper is. Yeah, and it's like, well, then do you mess with the gas port on the actual barrel, like because this upper is pretty much proprietary, like the recoil system in it is. So it's not like you could just put an H2 in it or H3 or whatever. And so, but hopefully, after I say another 100, 200 rounds, it'll be fine.
I think it'll be
like I said. That solid. Does suck that you have to pay or that you have to shoot.
It is what it is. But. So I mean, if you buy a Foxtrot mic FM15 Gen 2, either in the A3 Tactical Triad or by itself, expect that break in. Don't think your gun's broken.
Hey, fair enough.
I'm sure they sent me a manual that I should have read.
We don't read. We don't know how to read.
True.
And we can only count to 10.
Yeah. If you're interested in bullpups, I'd say check it out. I mean, it's as far as price wise goes, this whole getting into it is right at $1,000, which the only bullpup that competes with that is the Keltec RDB, which I like. He hates because he hates Keltec.
Yeah. No,
but yeah, I mean, most bullpups are $2,000, $1,700. This is a much easier way to get into that idea to see if you like it, and then maybe if you want to spend more on one of the more boutique or the military bullpups, if you will, jump into one of those.
What about the Turkish?
Stop it. The pipe bombs.
All right, that's enough for this video. Yep. Please comment, like, subscribe.
Check out the merch link.
Yep, it'll be in the comments below.
Super comfy, pretty cool stickers.
Yeah. Tell us if you want anything specific. So the stickers we had were way too small, and now they're like
we blew them up a little bit.
5 inches or something in diameter. So big sticker. That's still hot.
No, it's actually pretty comfy.
All right,
Tic Tacs. Bye bye.
Bye bye.